Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay. Hello. I hate that I have to start my videos that way because it doesn't make it feel as authentic. But hey, what's up, everybody? I'm here to give you guys my G.F.W. Yes, believe it or not, I'm here to give you guys a G.F.W. Impact Wrestling review. It's been a while since I've done this. I know I'm very, 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 very behind, but what happened is I just got really busy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and watch all the impacts that I missed. But before I continue with that, I just wanted to say, I always forget to blend this out, but I am the Wrestling Rundown Champion. You guys got to remember that I'm the Wrestling Rundown Champion. Make sure you tune into this on Saturday. But let's get right into G.F.W. Destination X 2017 Live. This is kind of like where I left off. The reason why I got so far behind is because I got busy with school and I got busy, obviously with other things. So I just really couldn't sit down and watch Impact. So I have a chance today. And I'm going to try to, before the summer ends, try to catch up on all these Impact Wrestlings that I've missed. I know there's been a lot of them, and I know a lot has happened. I will admit, I do kind of know what's happened. I don't know completely. I'm not completely in the know, but I do know who's who's not there anymore. I shouldn't say. I don't really know who's still there, but I know who's not there anymore. I know. I obviously know who's there. That there's been certain people that's returning stuff like that. But I'm gonna try to make the live reactions as authentic as possible and organic. But some of them won't be. But let's get to this show now. Since it's been a while since I've watched the build up for this show, there is a preview show that Impact Wrestling posted on their YouTube channel that I haven't seen in a while. So this will kind of remind me of the build up of this show, and then I'll kind of watch the show from there. So let's get into that first. So let's get into the build up for Impact Wrestling. I just want to turn my volume down so that way I don't get copyright noticed.
All the other opponents I've shared the ring with and tested myself against come out on top.
I don't remember who's in the match because it's been a while since I've seen it, but I know it's Ishimori versus Desmond Xavier.
Feels almost like riding a bike. When we get into the ring, I'm in front of the fans, the adrenaline hits. I feel like I'm going to be there 100%. They're witnessing history. They're going to see me versus Gail Kim, who's making her big return, like anyone really cares about that. I think that everything she does, she has to make about her. I think that she's very self-absorbed, so that doesn't surprise me in the least. I don't think that I can truly say how I feel about it on camera.
The greatest thing.
Women's champion be on top of the world again, so that will be interesting right there.
Destination X is the memories that you're going to make with your friends and family watching it together. It's about the experience that you have, and you'll never know it unless you see it live.
The difference between a live show and a tape show for me is just the energy. And that's what brings up the best matches that we have.
I'm excited to come out of Destination X.
So we also know we're going to get Matt Sydal versus Lashley. I know Lashley is in WWE now because obviously I've been watching WWE every week. But I expect that to be actually a pretty good match. I guess I think the stipulation was the winner got a title shot. If Lashley won, he would get the Unified World Heavyweight Championship title shot, and if Matt Sydal won, he would get a X Division championship match. So that match I expect to be pretty good. I remember the build-up being kind of crap, though.
With the gold around my waist, taking it back from Trevor Lee, and then if Matt Sydal beats Bobby Lashley, then things are going to get really heated up.
I took the X Division title back because it was rightfully mine. If there's something I want, I must take it. For the win over Patron is going to set me apart.
And we also know we're going to have a ladder match for the X Division Championship. X Division Champion Sanjay Dutt versus Trevor Lee. That match I expect to be really good. I remember the build-up being kind of crap because Sanjay Dutt would continuously get kicked out of the building for trying to get back what belonged to him, his championship, which really didn't make any sense. But I remember, I do remember, but I expect that to be a tremendous ladder match.
From everyone else, and that's because he's the first unified champion. Nothing lasts forever. Look at what's about to stand in front of you.
I know him well. He knows me well. He knows I've been doing this for many, many years. He knows what I can bring to the table. He knows what Alberto Patron represents for the pro wrestling business. So you better be ready, Loki.
There's no question in my mind. I'm walking out a champion.
Hello, everyone. I'm Josh Matt.
So yeah, we also know we're going to have probably the main event, the unified World Heavyweight Championship match. Unified World Heavyweight Champion Alberto El Patron versus Loki. I think we know that this match is going to change because Alberto El Patron had been suspended from G.F.W. Impact Wrestling. So it's going to be interesting to see how obviously they kind of rewrite that because I remember they were suspended. Now, it's also a big deal about the show was this was a live episode of Impact, which really doesn't happen because they usually tape their shows like 2 months in advance. So it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to be interesting to see what the fan and how the show is going to be different from watching it taped. All right, so let's get into the host. The host for this show is Josh Matthews. So let's get right into this preview show.
Matthews, and this is the Destination X pre-show. Destination X will come to you live Thursday, August 17th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, and it will take place on Pop and, of course, on Fight Network in Canada as well. And what a show it is shaping up to be. And when Impact is live, anything most likely will and can happen. You never know who's going to show up. You never know what surprises will take place when Impact is live. Destination X is going to be an incredible night. Let's start with the main event. Let's start with Alberto El Patron, who will be.
So we know we're going to have the main event. It's going to be the Unified G.F.W. World Championship match. Unified G.F.W. World Heavyweight Champion. Alberto El Patron versus Loki. Well, we know it's not going to happen, but at least that's what's advertised.
Defending the G.F.W. Unified World Championship against the newest member of LAX, none other than the 5-time X Division champion, Loki. How did Loki become a member of LAX? Why is El Patron at odds with Conan and LAX? There's an in-depth look at this saga.
My name is Alberto El Patron, and I'm the undisputed champion. Tonight we're celebrating every time we party. We always have to have our entire family with us. My little brother, Hijo de Dos Caras, he's my best friend. He's my mentor. He's a legend. Dos Caras. You talked about taking a rematch and taking a fight against anybody because that's the champion that you are. But you're out here celebrating because of a poop win. I'm going to beat your brother. I'm going to beat your son up. Lashley, you want to fight? Let's do it. Right here. Right now.
I do remember this somewhat.
Santana from the Latin American Exchange. It's the client out here. Why is he jumped on Lashley. LAX is in the ring. LAX talked earlier about a new member. Lashley had the championships won to live and die in LAX. The LAX takeover commences as I present to you the newest soldier, El Campeón Mundial.
Oh, LAX was like a terrible faction. I remember because that was just all about Conan, and it just absolutely sucked.
You are looking at now the most dangerous faction in all of pro wrestling.
But obviously, you remember
the LAX takeover
commences as I present to you the newest soldier, el campeón mundial, el vato más chingón, Alberto el Patrón. You are looking at the most dangerous faction in all of pro wrestling. What we say is what we do. The new and undisputed G.F.W. Global Champion, Alberto el Patrón.
What are you doing? We've been friends for years and years. We've done it all. We went through everything together. What was that bull crap last week? Telling the world that I'm joining LAX without even asking me?
Tú eres mi familia. We are family. How did you forget? You can call it cultural ignorance, but it was what it was. They held us down. They held us back, and we were oppressed. All you gotta do, hermano, join tu familia.
Have you lost your mind? Of course I haven't forgotten.
We can start a Hispanic revolution. We can consolidate power. All you have to say is, see.
The answer is no, son of a...
You don't turn down an opportunity to join LAX. Why is Lashley out here helping out with your Patrón? This non-title main event, certainly so much bad blood between Patrón and LAX.
Not surprising, it's sad to see Lashley and Patrón work so well together.
This is what happens when you put LeBron and Steph Curry on a tag team together.
We make a team! Awesome team!
LAX back in the ring on Patrón. It's a 5-on-1 situation. What's Lashley doing? Me dice la espalda. You wanted to turn your back on me, perro. Where's Lashley? That's what you get.
Take the blindfold off. I don't give a damn about you. Go tell Alberto el Patrón, because I know he loves you and your father enough to join LAX. Make sure that he makes the right decision. I don't care what happens to you. There's something I know about your son. Is that more than money or glory or fame? He loves his family. So you convince him by any means necessary to join LAX.
All right, we're going to get this popping off right now. But you want to know one thing. Is Alberto coming with us, yes or no? No. I said no. If you don't come to the ring, we're going to do away with you. And you're never going to see him again. LAX have made this beyond personal. They've got family involved. This is an all-out civil war.
Oh, this was bad. I
The way you
remember.
humiliate a punk like this is you take off his mask.
I bleed, I cry, I fight for my family. If you want El Patrón, let my family go right now.
You join us and I'll let him go. I just need a soldier to do what he's told to do. So take this damn shirt, put it on, and represent LAX.
So this trip with my family ends tonight. Give me your word, Federal!
I give you my word. We squash it.
Alberto El Patrón has joined the Latin American Exchange. Oh, wait a minute. So much bad blood between these two. That's what a man is. Wrestling the family of Alberto El Patrón. Those actions by Alberto El Patrón may have just made him enemies for life.
Yeah. Yo. Listen. He's in. It's going to be the biggest night in LAX history. All right? We finally introduce our newest member. A new era of violence and brutality like never been seen in this company is about to commence, and I'm loving it. Órale, arriba la raza, LAX to live and die.
And that's I remember because we were supposed to have thought that Alberto El Patrón or somebody from the El Patrón family had joined up with the Latin American Exchange when it was really low key all along.
What a coup. Onan's master plan has been successfully executed. And Alberto El Patrón has now fallen victim to what has to be the most dominant faction in Impact Wrestling history.
Everybody wants to know. ¿Qué pasó ahí? What happened there? Well, let me explain it to you. Alberto El Patrón, El Hero. He arrives here in Global Force. What does he do? He dethrones Walking On again. Very good. You're the hero. You saved the day. You found the stop. Lashley. Come in here, celebrate with everybody. Celebrate with the Impact fans. Celebrate with your family. One thing you haven't done is introduce yourself to me. You walk into my house, put your feet up on my table, think you're going to walk away with that. Alberto, el ladrón, bienvenido a Impact, orgullosamente hasta la muerte.
It is going to be
I mean, we know that match isn't happening though, because it's weird they're advertising a match that they can't deliver on, because Alberto El Patron was suspended from Impact Wrestling in real life. So I was just about to say it's going to be a pretty decent match, but we know it's not happening, so I'm not going to talk about it really.
incredible match between Loki and Alberto El Patron for the GFW Unified Championship live at Destination X. Speaking of champions, we know that Sienna is the Unified GFW Knockouts champion. She unified the championship back at Slammiversary, and ever since then, Sienna has been boasting herself as the most dominant knockout in the history of professional wrestling. That brings us to...
So we know that we're also going to have a Knockouts Championship match. Knockouts champion Sienna versus Gail Kim.
Gail Kim, the Impact Hall of Famer who made her announcement on the most recent episode of Impact. Gail will be returning to in-ring competition. She wants to face Sienna, and it's all shaping up to be an incredible showdown at Destination X.
At the end of year 2017, I will be retiring from the ring. Thank you so much for just allowing me to be Gail Kim. Intend to go out on top. When you say your name, I did exactly what I said I was going to do. None of you believed in me. Do you believe in me now, Mrs. Jarrett? I want to see you get on your knees and tell me that I am the most dominant knockouts champion that has ever existed.
Why in the world would I do that?
Because I just told you to. I have destroyed every obstacle that Mrs. Jarrett has thrown in my way. On my own.
I don't think anyone ever has interfered to help me. I have people that come out to the ring to support me because I have friends.
And now I hear she's making a match at Destination X next week for my championship.
I'm just waiting for the right time to make the announcement.
Who in the world is going to be ready for Sienna in a week? Not only do I intend to beat you, but I intend to retire with that Knockouts title.
Everything she does, she has to make about her. She's very self-absorbed.
Gail Kim is a legend. She's done more for women's wrestling than anyone.
A legend in professional wrestling. And I didn't say women's wrestling, I say professional wrestling because that's what I mean.
A pioneer, somebody who started the Knockouts, who literally built it on her back.
I think it's going to be incredible.
You are looking at the epitome of a true champion.
I am coming fresh off this injury. I think Sienna knows what to go for, but hey, I'm ready for that. I guess we're going to see if Gail still has it or not, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to put her into retirement early anyway. I always give it my all. I'm always going to be fighting for my life, fighting for that title at all times, and all I see is my end goal.
If Sienna can somehow defeat Gail Kim, it'll put her on the next level. It'll elevate the career of Sienna. And that was the purpose for 8 individuals who were involved in these.
Yeah, so I think that will be a pretty good match. I think Gail Kim could probably carry Sienna to a good match. But I remember not really liking Sienna's matches in TNA, so we'll have to wait and see what happens with that.
X Cup 2017 tournament to get to that next level, to become a household name. Will Desmond Xavier become that household name, or will Desmond Xavier's opponent?
So we also know we're going to have the Super X Cup Finals match, Ishimori versus Desmond Xavier.
And Ishimori from Pro Wrestling Noah defeat Desmond Xavier in the finals of the Super X Cup 2017 tournament. If you can say anything about this tournament thus far, it has been spectacular.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are happy to announce the
Cup was something that was a staple, a cornerstone of Impact Wrestling. These are simply the greatest athletes from around the world.
Representing AAA in Mexico, representing Impact Wrestling, this is Drago, Desmond Xavier.
Just watch, just enjoy.
Round 2 awaits.
And now the semifinal.
So yeah, we knew. I actually have to look this up because I don't remember Desmond Xavier. So let me just look it up real quick. So Desmond Xavier, I'm just gonna say it now, defeated Idris Abraham and Drago to advance to the finals, and Ishimori to Taiji Ishimori defeated Davey Richards and ACH to advance in the tournament.
Finals are set.
Super X Cup is a collection of some of the best wrestlers from around the world.
No me importa acabar con mis oponentes en el cuadrilátero, destrozarlos.
My objective is to destroy my opponents. It is important for me to win the X Cup.
Winning the Super X Cup is going to be huge for my career. Because as soon as I show that I am battle tested against every single individual in this Super X Cup, whoever the X Division champion is, doesn't stand a chance. This time, I want a real challenge.
Desmond Xavier going to the top. This is where he is so dangerous and so spectacular. First time.
Oh my God, that's the final flash!
That does it. Wow.
Here is your winner, Desmond Xavier!
I'm going to go get a word with our winner, the man advancing to the finals of the Super X Cup tournament, Desmond Xavier. What a victory. Davey Richards so tough. This has gone back and forth. 450 splash. That does it. Huge win for Ishimori.
And now the semifinals are set. ACH and Ishimori.
Another 450 on ACH. Covered. And that's going to do it. Wow. Will the cup go back to Japan with Ishimori, or will it stay here in America with Desmond Xavier?
The winner of the Super X Cup tournament.
That's definitely a matchup right there. I'm looking forward to Taiji Ishimori versus Desmond Xavier. I think that's actually that could be probably the best match of the whole show.
Would love to challenge for the X Division Championship, but the question still remains, who will be the X Division Champion at the end of Destination X? There will be a ladder match to determine who leaves as the rightful champion. Is it the incumbent?
We also know we're going to have a ladder match for the X Division Championship. X Division Champion Sanjay Dutt versus Trevor Lee. I'm actually looking forward to this match, even though the build-up's been kind of weird. But I think this will be a really good ladder match for the X Division Championship.
Champion Sanjay Dutt, or is it Trevor Lee, the man who's been in possession of the physical championship for weeks now? These two have been going at it, and finally at Destination X, the championship will be suspended high above the ring, and they will compete in a grueling ladder match.
Coming out of India, I had 1.4 billion people behind me, giving me the confidence, giving me everything that I needed to finally win that belt. I worked 15 years to get that championship gold. That symbolizes everything that I've fought for. That symbolizes everything that I've done. I've scratched, I've clawed, I've done everything to get that one thing. I worked so hard to attain that X Division championship. Then
Technical savage all over Sanjay Dutt. Just like that, your new X Division champion, Trevor took the X Division title back because it was rightfully mine.
I'm going to be the fighting champion that the X Division deserves.
Sanjay technically won the X Division title 2 months ago for the first time in his 15-year career. Congratulations. But honestly, I'm the champion. I have the belt. I never got my rematch, so I went and took what I needed.
He's made this outlandish claim that he is the rightful champion. Well, the rightful champion means that you beat a champion to attain that goal, and that's not something that he ever did.
I've been in the company 2 years, and I'm already a 2-time X Division champion, so what does that have to say? If there's something I want, I must take it. And possession is 9/10 of the law.
All roads are going to lead at Destination X.
Live August 17th, Destination X.
We're going to hang it up. It's going to be a ladder match. The man that gets it is the man that's going to keep it.
It's a good chance for me to put Sanjay down in the dirt. And it's going to be that simple.
My eyes are set on proving and solidifying the fact that I'm the greatest X Division champion. I said it in India, and I'm going to continue to say it.
They can't get the belt off around my waist, so they have to hang it 20 feet in the air just to give Sanjay some kind of a chance, because there's no way he can keep me down on the mat for 3 seconds.
I'm the top dog right now. I just need to get my championship gold back at Destination X.
And that leads us to this.
That'll be a great match, I think.
It's shot versus shot. It's Lashley versus Matt Sydal. And I think Lashley said it best in a recent soundbite that Matt Sydal will give Lashley a great match. It might be one of the best matches that will take place in 2017. But at the end of the day, Lashley, on paper, will dominate, decimate, and destroy Matt Sydal. But not so fast, because many people are starting to question the future of Lashley. Is it with professional wrestling, or is it with MMA? You've even seen a package on Impact Wrestling. You've seen it on our social channels as well. American Top Team, the MMA school and training facility where Lashley trains, are strongly suggesting that Lashley end his professional wrestling career. We've even heard from our chief creative officer, Jeff Jarrett, on this situation. No one really knows what Lashley is going to do. Can he continue to pursue both wrestling and MMA? Or will he have to choose just one in the future? And how much of that is weighing on the mind of Walking Armageddon as he steps inside the 6-sided ring live on Thursday, August 17th at Destination X against Matt Sydal.
So we know we're going to have shot versus shot. Matt Sydal's X Division title shot versus Lashley's unified GFW world title shot.
Lashley poised for the picking. Can Sydal defeat Walking Armageddon? We're going to all find out together live at Destination X.
If you'd have told me when I was showing up, driving from Mizzou all the way to Nashville every single Wednesday, that I would be facing Bobby Lashley, I'd have said, no way.
There's some authority here. I've got a request for you. I'm getting a little sick and tired of everybody around here demanding this and demanding that.
Getting an opportunity to be in the ring with him and showing the fans something different, I think the match is going to be one of the matches of the year.
You are deserving of a championship match.
For me, I never saw myself as just an X Division wrestler or a light heavyweight. I saw myself as somebody who is not afraid to stand in the ring across from anyone.
Hey, Bobby, Bruce, don't do this to me like this.
This does not concern you. Step back. You know that everybody's going to be coming out here trying to get this #1 contender in that title shot. But you know, I know, and everybody in here knows that there's only one person deserving of a world title shot. And that's the only true warrior in this entire wrestling business. And it's a man standing right in front of you. I mean,
is he my way? Yeah. Going into this, there's going to be a lot of people in my way.
No one wants to hear it.
Oh, boy. Watch yourself.
I'm asking for a title shot.
If you lose the title, you got to come back and get it. And when you come back and get it, there's going to be people that step up and try to claim what's yours or try to take what's yours. Reality, just not a chance. So is he in my way? Sure. So I'm just going to push him out of the way and then keep going.
Now, if anybody tries to step past me to one of these title shots for the world title, I will break them in half. I deserve that.
I have been dancing this dance for some time.
I told you.
I remember last week, and I'm not going to be ignored.
I faced the world's strongest strongest men and some of the biggest shows in this business. This is what I signed up for. This is why I show up. A challenge like Bobby Lashley is what I was made for.
I am mandating that Lashley and Seitel face each other one-on-one at Destination X live on August the 17th. And the winner of that one-on-one matchup will receive the championship match that they so desire.
He has a shot to have a great match against me, but not a shot at beating me. Let's be real. Nobody in this roster has a shot at beating me.
If there is a way to beat Bobby Lashley, I'll find the way.
The fact of the matter is, when he gets out there, he knows what to expect. He knows that there's only that lucky lottery chance that he's going to maybe escape with a victory. At the end, we know what's going to happen. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 pin. That's the only thing that's going to happen.
Shot for shot. It sounds like anything can happen. It sounds like the way things have been are not the way things are anymore. And there's one sure bet in life. There's only one person you can count on. You bet on yourself.
It's really cool to get to go down to Coconut Creek, Florida. The owner, Dan Lambert, picked me up, took me over his.
So now, obviously, this is kind of the second part of the storyline where they questioned whether or not Lashley was going to continue to do MMA or professional wrestling. Now, we know, obviously, what he ended up choosing because he's in WWE now, but whatever. And we know Jeff Jarrett's in WWE now because he was just recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. I already know that. I obviously watched the WWE Hall of Fame, so yeah.
Facilities, 40,000 square foot. It's unbelievable. It is, the premier MMA gym in the world. Tyrone Woodley, Amanda Nunez, King Mo, Junior Dos Santos. It was really, really cool to see how they all come together, zero egos, and they do what they do. What's tougher, the world of MMA or the world of professional wrestling?
It's harder than MMA, man. It's taxing your body. The people out there, they're competing and participating in pro wrestling. Elite level athletes.
There's always a difference of opinion, but I know the guys at American Top Team, the way they're looking at things, they really think Bobby's missing an opportunity in the world of MMA.
Do I think he needs to choose one or the other? Yeah.
And then I hear just the flip side of that from a guy like King Mo who says, no, he should do both.
Don't tell Dan this, but do both. Do both.
I know Dan Lambert is dead set that he wants to step away from professional wrestling. We'll see what's going to happen. He's got a contract with us.
He needs to focus on one. I mean, you can't do both at the same time. Bobby's great at both. He's a unicorn when it comes to this because he can do both and he can achieve great heights in both at the same time.
I know when Bobby has his A game on, he's the best of the best.
If you want to be the best of the best, you need to focus.
With all due respect to Dan Lambert, he's definitely got his opinion on what Bobby should do and maybe what he should not do. I obviously have my opinion. Me and Dan have agreed to be businessmen, and he's going to be there next Thursday. Destination X is a big night, and not only for us as a company, but specifically for Bobby. He lost the title, and I know he has his sights set on regaining that title. Him versus Seitel, he better not be overlooking him. He better come with his A game, which I know he has, but also know Dan Lambert probably shouldn't put anything in his head and let Bobby be Bobby.
Top to bottom,
So I think that match between Lashley and Matt Seitel is going to be a pretty good match. The hyping it up like it's probably going to be one of the best matches of 2017. I might wait and see on that. I don't think it will, but we'll have to wait and see.
Destination X is going to be incredible. It's going to be a can't-miss night, and rumors continue to swirl that we're going to see some faces that you would perhaps never expect to see on Impact this Thursday at Destination X, presented, of course, by Global Force Wrestling. What a night it promises to be. I can't wait to be ringside with Pope and that other guy as we call this incredible show and all these matches.
Yeah, so we know that we have the I'll just go over the card one last time. The Unified G.F.W. World Championship match. Unified G.F.W. World Champion Alberto El Patron versus Loki.
That will be taking place. It is going to be a trending night, to say the least, which means that you guys need to use the hashtag DeskXDE.
We also know we're going to have the Super X Cup Finals. Taiji Ishimori versus Desmond Xavier.
STX on all your social platforms, and be sure to follow all of our social platforms.
We're going to have a ladder match for the X Division Championship. X Division Champion Sanjay Dutt versus Trevor Lee.
We've got more videos to come. We've got more content that you have not seen yet as it relates to Destination X.
We're also going to have a shot versus shot match. Matt Seitel versus Lashley. Well, Matt Seidel's X Division title shot versus Lashley's Unified GFW title shot.
YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of them, and of course, ImpactWrestling.com as well. What a week it's going to be. Stay tuned for more breaking news as it comes, of course, from ImpactWrestling.com. And we'll see you on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern at 7 Central for Destination X Live.
All right, that's it. Well, we know we really aren't getting Lashley versus. No, sorry, we are getting that. We know we're not getting El Patron versus Low-Key because of the El Patron stuff that's taking place. But obviously, we have to wait and see how they, what they do to kind of wipe themselves out of that. All right, but that was that was Destination X. Let's get to the actual. Well, that was the pre-show. Let's get to the actual show itself. And as the show progresses, I will give you guys my predictions of the show. So let's get ready to do the show.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 10, 9, 8.
Hold on.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There you can see Lashley and Dan Lambert and some of Lashley's MMA training buddies. Oh, and there's Jeff Jarrett.
Look at that, Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett meeting with Dan Lambert on the outside of the impact zone. Bobby Lashley has arrived with the American top team.
Lashley will meet Matt Sydal in Shot versus Shot live tonight at Destination X.
All the other opponents I've shared the ring with and tested myself against and come out on top. This time,
like I saw this already.
I would be with your friends and family watching it together. It's about the experience that you have.
So I'm gonna
never know it unless you see it live.
Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward this just because I saw this already.
It really heated up.
I took the X Division title back because it was rightfully mine. If there's something I want, I must take it.
It really heated up.
I took the X Division title
I think
back
this is about as far as I'm gonna go.
If there's something I want, I must take it.
Right now, it's just showing the intro for Impact Wrestling.
Mackenzie Mitchell backstage at Destination X. I'm here at Bruce Pritchard's office to hopefully get some information from him about his huge announcement tonight. Bruce, can you give us some information about what do you do?
What the heck was that?
You guys are not going to believe who I just saw. This could be interesting.
So obviously, we're going to expect to see a big return.
Championships hang in the balance. Welcome. We are live for Destination X. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your opening contest at Destination X. A Knockouts Championship match scheduled.
All right, we're going to have the Knockouts Championship match. Knockouts champion Sienna versus Gail Kim. I'm going to say Sienna retains the championship. I think if Gail Kim is going to win the championship before she retires, that she should, obviously chase for it a little longer because the thrill of the chase is better than the actual, when you actually accomplish the goal. All right, we have Mike Tenay and Josh Matthews. No, sorry, I messed up. Jeremy Borash and Josh Matthews on commentary for this show. We know that Jeremy Borash isn't in Impact Wrestling anymore. He's in WWE now, but that's besides the point.
From Detroit, Michigan, and accompanied to the ring by
KM. She is the Global Force Wrestling Knockouts Champion, Sienna.
Ellen for the new title. She just came out with a new championship. You would think that they would, you know, unveil a new title, but it is what it is. You know, obviously Gail Kim had some great matches in professional wrestling. Some of the matches I remember is the last knockout standing match at Slammiversary 2013 against Karen Terrell, the ladder match against Karen Terrell, matches against the likes of Mickey James, Awesome Khan, you know, also matches against. She's actually had some pretty good ones with Velvet Sky, Madison Rain. I believe she had a pretty good match actually with Trish Stratus, if I'm not mistaken. Well, let's get right into this matchup. I mean, I remember Sienna, not long before this, had a pretty good, had actually a really good, right after the arm, had a really good last knockouts woman standing matches against Rosemary. Well, obviously, Gail Kim was the first knockouts champion, and she's also the longest reigning knockouts champion. I think she's like a 6-time champion. Oh, rolls her up, no. Going for a roll up here. Oh, nice reverse DDT. Oh, he defeat. No.
Gail is going to put away Sienna early. Sienna right out here in front of us. Her cousin KM. Let's see if we can listen into this. KM has certainly been along for a wild ride along with the knockouts champion Sienna. And Gail Kim showing no signs of ring rust and a lot of aggressiveness, a lot of offense. Here comes more.
Oh, almost like a 619 around the post.
She looks phenomenal right now.
Oh no. Oh, ribs first right on the steps.
Submitted to lose her title here tonight.
What a devastating move. Great defense by Sienna to block that.
Look, he's got to start counting here.
Just drop Gail Kim right on those steel steps.
This is where I disagree with what Gail did. Gail went to the outside to chase Sienna. Sienna is wisely just.
This kind of interesting that Jeremy Borash, Josh Matthews are the only ones on commentary. Since they're the ones, you know, since they had an issue with each other not that long ago before this. Because I remember that Slammiversary, they did that tag team match with Josh Matthews teamed up with Scott Steiner, and Jeremy Borash teamed up with Joseph Park.
Immediately following this matchup, and a lot of controversy about that. We'll talk about that in a moment. Right now, Sienna going full force on.
Oh, nice splat, corner splash into the corner.
The next evolution cover here, and it kicked out the next evolution on the steps of being a knockout.
Certainly, when Gail Kim became the first knockouts champion, bound for glory, becoming the very first inaugural champion. What an incredible story for her to win the championship back tonight. If she is able to do it.
Oh, rolls him up, no.
Oh. But a clothesline there, and that's why I disagree with what Gail Kim is doing. This quest that she has put herself on to retire as champion to ludicrous.
Cover by Sienna. How is it ludicrous when you're the first ever champion? You're the only female to be inducted so far into the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, I forgot about it. I believe in 2015, Gail Kim was inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame.
She's going to retire at the end of the year. Finally, she's going to.
You know, among the lights of class of Sting, Kurt Angle, and Team 3D.
Well, you got to beat Sienna in order to do that. She's the champion right now.
Covered by Sienna. I mean, it would only, what a great way to end your career. Kind of bookending both sides of your career as the first champion of the knockouts and to leave retired as champion. I mean,
than a fairy tale, JB. Everyone wants to live in this fairy tale of Gail Kim. This is real life here. She's in there with Sienna. She's in there with the Knockouts champion. So, okay, Gail has to win here. She has to win this match. But how many opportunities is Gail Kim going to get on her quest
for superplex? Gonna hit it. Nope, Gail Kim.
Dangerous situation for Gail Kim.
Fighting out of it.
Gonna have to fight out of this one. Look out.
Oh, sunset flip power bomb.
Reverse your fortunes, power bomb on Sienna, and KM is irate.
Champion's in a bad way right now.
Also yet to come tonight, who will win the Super X Cup, our finals? Yet to come tonight, and get ready for the Trevor Lee Sanjay Dutt ladder match. All that and more yet to come. We're just getting started.
Oh, here comes a comeback. Oh, sorry.
X is trending worldwide right now on Twitter.
Blocked by Gail Kim in a second. A third counter by Gail Kim. Looking to get the upper hand, the clothesline on Sienna.
Nice corner splash.
And again in the corner. Gail Kim showing no signs of ring rust thus far in this matchup.
Oh yeah, this is Gail Kim's like first match back. I think she had like a neck injury prior to this, if I'm not mistaken. But I probably am because I wasn't really watching much of Impact beyond before this. Oh, and oh no, she caught her. She caught her.
Sienna able to block it, did her homework, knew that was coming. And able to trap Gail Kim in the corner.
It's a choke, though. It's an illegal
Oh,
choke here by Sienna. She's trying
it's like a guillotine, almost like a guillotine choke right there. Gail Kim fought out of it.
So resourceful.
Oh, power bomb.
Now in a very bad predicament.
No, well, kind of a little bit of a mess up right there. Oh, he's defeated. I hate that finisher so much. It's gotta be like the worst finisher ever. Oh, come on, KM. Come on. See you later, KM. Wait. Terran Terrell.
Terran Terrell has returned tonight at Destination X.
You haven't seen Terran Terrell.
in the career of Gail Kim. Terran Terrell throws a wrench into this Knockouts championship match.
We haven't seen Terran Terrell since like for a couple of years, I don't think. Since the Dollhouse, since she did the Dollhouse gimmick.
Sienna delivers on Gail Kim, and that's
The shoulder was up, but okay. Although if I had to rate that match, I thought that match was good. I'll give it 3 stars. Definitely gets an up. I mean, I didn't hate the finish. I thought the finish made sense. We know, obviously, Terran Terrell and Gail Kim used to have like a rivalry happen. So I think it makes sense, I guess, for them to continue their rivalry. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Obviously, I'll kind of wait to see what they do with this.
The trending topic right now is the return of one Terran Terrell.
And look at this.
And this is strange.
These two, one of the greatest rivalries in Knockouts history. And looks like Terran Terrell has fired the first shot.
The opening salvo in reuniting this rivalry taken by Terran Terrell. And that's it for Gail. That was her title opportunity. And I don't think that she deserves another one anytime soon.
What a shocking turn of events here tonight. Our opening contest at Destination X with the return of Terran Terrell costing Gail Kim the Knockouts Championship. And speaking of championships, obviously a lot of controversy this week. We understand Bruce Pritchard is here tonight and is going to address the championship title situation for our World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, we've been trying to figure out all week, really, after the news came out on Monday about the championship being stripped, and we're going to find out tonight the facts and the future of the championship.
Bruce Pritchard is, wait a minute.
What the hell is he doing here?
What do you mean? Who's that?
Who is it? Oh, Matt Sydal.
Bobby Lashley, before tonight is through, you will know my name. I am a reborn Matt Sydal. I move and fast forward and see in slow motion. Tonight, I am going to earn your respect. I will make you remember my name. Tune in, turn on, reborn Matt Sydal.
I like his confidence. Matt Sydal faces Lashley later on tonight. And we understand right now Bruce Pritchard is about to
And
update
there's
us on
Bruce
the World
Pritchard.
Heavyweight
So
title
obviously we know he's
situation.
back in WWE now. He kind of has something to wrestle with, or something else to wrestle with podcasts on the WWE network now, but this is before that happened, so obviously they're going to address the situation about what they're going to do with the stripped G.F.W. World Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, my name is Bruce Pritchard, and I am, ladies and gentlemen, I am a corporate consultant for the G.F.W. for Anthem Sports. It is my job to oversee the on-air talent.
And I forgot to mention the Matt Sydal backstage promo also will get an up, and the pre-show will get a thumbs in the middle.
Here in the G.F.W. And I just want to say that we greatly appreciate your loyalty, your patience, and you being lenient with some of the issues that we have had over this past year. But you got to admit, the past year's been great. But I can promise you that next year will be even bigger and better. So, if you would bear with me, I have a prepared statement that I need to read from the offices of the G.F.W. Effective immediately, due to an incident recently involving the G.F.W. Global Champion, Alberto El Patron, real name Alberto Rodriguez, we're publicly announcing tonight that Mr. Patron is no longer G.F.W. Global Champion.
Now we know that the incident was in real life, that he got into that situation with Paige when he supposedly had struck her. But obviously we found out that later on they ended up making up, but we know that they're not at item now. But that was the situation that Alberto El Patron was dealing with.
Patron has voluntarily surrendered the G.F.W. championship in order to concentrate on his family and personal interests. We wish Mr. Patron the very best in his future endeavors.
I do kind of hate that they really didn't write themselves out of this. They're just kind of going with it. It's kind of pretty lazy right there, but yeah, whatever.
Therefore, we find ourselves as a company without a global champion. So my job as a corporate consultant, it falls upon my shoulders to rectify this situation. And a company is only as good as its champion. You got to admit, we've had some great champions here in the G.F.W. And I've done some research and I found out that as the head corporate advisor, I can, within my rights, order the title to revert back to a former champion. With that being said, I am hereby mandating that the G.F.W. Global Championship be returned to its former title holder. So now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you your G.F.W. Global Champion, walking Armageddon, Bobby Lashley. Certainly a decision that'll raise a few eyebrows.
What?
Bruce said the former champion. He should have said in his priest jeans, the rightful champion, Lashley.
Well, I guess Lashley's going to be the new champion.
No way.
Oh, wait a minute. Jim Cornette. I know he's been in TNA before, and this is his first time back in TNA. I don't know the last time he was there. This is a pretty big deal. You know, he was in, he had recently before this inducted the Rock and Roll Express into the WWE Hall of Fame, so this is a pretty big deal.
How are you, Brucey? Come on, give me a hug. Look at his face, everybody. He didn't know I was going to be here. I surprised him, but we go back, 35 years, right? We knew that South Wrestling House step. How are you? Everyone is great. I got to tell you, it's great to see you, but I didn't call you out here. And I know I asked Bobby to hang back because I wanted to see your face. I want to see your face. It is funny. All right, guys. Give Bruce a hand. He's a great guy. Give him a hand. Corny, awesome. You've seen my face, but this isn't Dairy Queen, and I don't have a double cheeseburger, double cheese, extra mayo, extra onion out here for you. I'm just saying, man. It's not extra mayo, but I know what you're talking about. So I'm not sure exactly what the hell it is you're doing out here. Well, I'm actually here because you mentioned corporate consultant. Consultant's one thing, representative is another thing, but I'm kind of a corporate specialist. Because you see, Anthem, the new owners of Impact, they've got big businesses all over the world, and they've got a lot of experience in dealing with those business interests. But since they're brand new in professional wrestling, they didn't have a lot of experience dealing with some of the volatile personalities and outrageous things that go on. And so, to be quite honest, corporate has dealt with some people involved with Impact Wrestling in the wrong way, and they've dealt with some of the wrong people in some cases. And I got a little phone call, and they asked me to come and help fix that. Because I don't mind telling people where to go and how to get there. That's great, Cordy. I'm glad that they gave you a call. But I don't know who exactly it is that you're talking to. Because around here, there really isn't anyone that outranks me. And I kind of am the one in charge. And frankly, I don't know what you're doing in my impact zone, in my ring. And you and I have been friends a long time, and I do love you. But if I could, hey, Raphael, if you could get some security out here, I'd greatly appreciate it. You're calling security on me? No. We're friends, bro. You're calling security on me? That's why I'm not calling the police to have you arrested and removed. Because just to be very clear, Jim, it's okay, guys. No, I mean, calm down. You're not my boss, and not in this universe or any other will you ever be my boss. So I'd greatly appreciate it if you could find your way out of my ring. Well, I'll say what I've got to say. Guys, get him the hell out of my ring. I'm not playing with you, Corny. I'll say what I've got to say, and then I'll be done. And you're right, Bruce. I'm not your boss. Because I've known you for 30 years, and it's always been the same thing. You're arrogant, you're obnoxious, you steamroller people, you push people around and you push your agenda and your ideas, whether it's in the locker room or the boardroom, and you have overstepped your bounds, and people are getting sick and fed up with you, just like usual. So I'm not your boss, you're exactly right. Because to be your boss, you'd have to be working here. We gave you an inch, you took a mile, now I'm giving you a foot out the door. You're fired. Wow.
Whoa.
I just did fire you. Raphael, we just met earlier, right? And what's his name? What's his name? Okay. All right. No. Watch your language and let me do it. Would you get him the hell out of my ring?
I gotta admit, that was a pretty good segment. Now it's actually a really good segment, actually.
What? This is not the last you're going to see of me. I guarantee that. Now get him out of my ring.
I mean, I love it. It's Jim Cornette just being Jim Cornette. So you know what? This segment gets it up as well. It was great.
Well, give the kids my regards, too, when you get back to Houston.
Now, let me just say a few things about what's really going to be going on around here, because you see, corporate is sick and tired of being taken advantage of and sick and tired of being bad dealings all the way around. So, Mr. Patron, for one thing, did not relinquish this championship belt. He was stripped of this championship belt. And I'm here on behalf of corporate to tell everybody, not only wrestlers but fans, but it's a new day from this point onward. We're not going to have big stars come in here and say they're on vacation and think they're going to waltz to the top, and nobody is being given anything. They're going to have to fight for it. And the Global Force athletes are going to have to get in this ring and prove how good they are to the other wrestlers. And they're also going to have to prove to you fans that they can conduct themselves like professionals and champions should outside the ring, or they're going to be dealing with me. Now, I'm not a charitable person. I wouldn't give a crippled crab a crutch. And I'm not going to give anybody this prestigious championship. Next week, right here on television, the 20 biggest, baddest men on the Global Force Wrestling roster are going to fight it out in this ring in a 20-man gauntlet match. And I don't care, because I don't have a horse in this fight who wins. But I guarantee you, whoever holds this gold will have earned it. They will have beaten the other 19 best guys in Global Force Wrestling. Next week, right here on the program, whoever the last man standing is in the 20-man gauntlet will be the Global Force champion.
Wow, what resolution. 20. Hang on a minute. Let's keep on coming.
Well, wait a minute. Here comes LAX.
The Latin American Exchange, of course. Low key to a World Heavyweight Championship title match tonight. What's Jim Cornette going to have to say about this? LAX on their way.
It's been a long time, Conan. Good to see you, low key. I don't know the rest of your crew, but what can I do for you?
So they changed one line cracker for another one. Let me tell you what the problem is. Low key shouldn't be having to run through hoops in some gauntlet match. He should be the #1 contender and then go against the winners of that gauntlet BS you got going on.
That's an opinion that you have. I don't share it, because this is the decision that corporate made, and I'm here to lay down the corporate decisions. And I may be a cracker, but I ain't a liar.
Well, here's the problem. I don't trust you, because you could sell house insurance to a homeless person. And I can tell you this, you ain't going to screw over low key. You don't want any part of this silent tsunami.
Mr. Cornette, although I can respect your position, at this very moment, I smell fear.
Wait, hold on. I'm talking to you. You got something to say? I'm willing to listen. You don't need to do this. Look, I feel for you more than anybody else in this thing. You are getting the shaft. You had the title shot. You could have very well dethroned that guy tonight. But now it ain't going to happen that way because of corporate. And that's all out of our hands. But I tell you what I will do, because I do feel for you. And you are getting screwed over. So you're going to be in the 20-man gauntlet just like everybody else. But you will go in number 20 last. You'll have the best chance. And if you're as good as you think you are, if you're as good as I think you are, then you may just be able to make the most of that. But that's the best I can do, Keith. Hey, wait a minute, but hold on. I'm not a member of the roster around here. I work straight for corporate, and anybody lays one finger on me, you're all going to spend the night in jail. You've been there before.
Jail? We're in Orlando, dog. Boricuas run the pen. LAX, we're shot callers in jail. But I will tell you this, for your fine white ass in jail, we could probably get a cup of soup and a honey bun. So let me tell you this, you double cross us, and your next check is coming from Social Security Disability.
We're going to be all over you like bad teeth on a Somali to live and die in LAX, bitch. Wow. I said it before and I'll say it again. I feel for you. You're in the gauntlet match. You're number 20. And one thing, I may be a cracker, but I ain't a liar. I've given you some good news. Leave it there and you're going to find out. You may not like what I always have to say, but you're going to be able to believe it. Wow. Double cross us and you'll find out what we're about. LAX, hasta la muerte y después!
Certainly an eventful turn of events here tonight.
So I do gotta admit, that was a pretty good segment. Set up next week's main event. I'm definitely going to, well, the next episode's main event, I should say. I'm definitely going to do a live reactions to the next episode when I get an opportunity. But we know, there's going to be a 20-man gauntlet match for the vacant Global World Championship, and Low Key is going to go in the match number 20.
Next week, this time next week. It's going to be unbelievable. It all happens 1 week from tonight, right back down here. But
so yeah, now they won't even mention though Alberto El Patron, so that's interesting.
Ishimori from Japan will go one-on-one with Desmond Xavier, and certainly this matchup, the tournament has been spectacular. The best from around the world, and it comes down to these two in the Super X Cup Finals.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final contest in the Super X Cup tournament. Scheduled for one fall, introducing first from
So right now we got the Super X Cup Finals. Taiji Ishimori versus Desmond Xavier. I'm going to say Desmond Xavier is going to win. I think they seem to want to push him, and I like Desmond Xavier, but I'd really be fine with either of these guys winning. Overall, the Super X Cup was, we had some fantastic matches in there. Well, I shouldn't say fantastic matches, but some really damn good matches in there. So this will be interesting. But yeah, does the winner just get the trophy, or do they get I think they should get a future X Division Championship match. But we'll have to wait and see on that.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts for this matchup. The finals of the Super X Cup. Ishimori and this man, Desmond Xavier, about to lock horns. This will be fast, this will be furious, and this will determine who is the winner of the Super X Cup. Our final matchup is next here on Impact.
But let's just get right into this matchup.
It's Destination X in the finals of the Super X Cup tournament. JB, Jeremy Borash, along with Josh Matthews here at ringside. In this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, you might want to install a seatbelt at home. You're going to need it. These are going to be two of the quickest wrestlers you'll ever see. And it's going to be that speed that probably will determine the winner in this matchup.
Ishimori with the Super X Cup t-shirt on, Desmond Xavier with the silver trunks. These two are incredible. I absolutely have fallen in love with Taiji Ishimori. This guy, the things that he can do inside the ring, he is silky smooth, and I don't know if he can beat Desmond Xavier.
Well, this will be the toughest challenge for both men. They've been successful up until this point. Quick cover, as I mentioned before, this will get very fast.
Ooh.
As both men rely on their speed as their best attribute in terms of competing.
Land on his feet. Nice drop kick.
We're going to see a ladder match for the X Division Championship match coming up. But these two, in my opinion, are the future of the X Division. I hope that Taiji Ishimori is here competing on Impact for weeks and months to come. And then you have Desmond Xavier. The upside of this young man is extraordinary.
We are so happy to be bringing you this broadcast tonight live here on Pop. Wow, great move. Obviously, Desmond Xavier and Ishimori have been
nice head scissors.
Want to remind everybody, Swedish
nice
Dicks, a comedy about two unlicensed Swedish private investigators trying to make a living in L.A. Catch all new episodes of Swedish Dicks right here on Pop, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central. Xavier rolls outside the ring, going to catch a breath, and these two, you talk about conditioning on a second tier with no one. I mean, really, these two are the best in the world when it comes to conditioning. Their cardio, absolutely spectacular.
I talked to Desmond Xavier earlier today. The young man is very confident about what it takes here to beat Ishimori. He knows
Went
what he
for
has to
some
do.
sort
I
of
think you're gonna see
fireman's
a very
carry.
focused Desmond Xavier as this match continues to play out.
Oh, nice Godbuster. Lift up.
Ishimori, of course, representing Pro Wrestling Noah, one of the many groups that make up the global force around the world. As you see great competitors, especially here in the Super X Cup, we saw a great example of competitors from all over the world.
How about this? G.F.W is truly going global and digital. Coming soon, it's the launch of the Global Wrestling Network, our expanded OTT offering that will be available worldwide with, get this, free episodes of Impact at your fingertips. Plus, the Impact Wrestling channel is coming soon to Pluto TV and will be available on Pop TV's new digital streaming platforms. And I'm not done. We're also coming to Germany, Switzerland, Austria, Egypt, and all over the world sooner rather than later.
Looking forward to that. Of course, you can always keep up with us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and Impact Wrestling. Ishimori legs around the torso of Desmond Xavier, squeezing.
How about this? We came to the Super X Cup Finals in a wrestling match.
Oh, hold up.
I didn't expect this from these two. I didn't expect the ground and pound from Ishimori or Desmond.
That might be Ishimori's plan. Throw Desmond off his game.
Nice chop by Ishimori.
They are here tonight. Dan Lambert and company. Great to see Colby Covington in the house tonight. Number 8 ranked UFC welterweight. Grayson Tebow here tonight.
Yeah, Dan brought some heavy hitters with him from American Top Team.
Good friend of mine. Glad to have Dan Lambert here tonight with us.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Good friend of mine.
You're friends with Dan Lambert. Okay, Jim. You let me
Oh.
you roll around in his leader chat with him too, huh?
Oh, nice. Oh, sort of the gut. Oh, nice springboard Cena senton. That's been a pretty good match.
Just a little bit against Desmond.
In the corner.
I shouldn't say pretty good, but pretty decent. Oh, nice double knees into the corner. Oh, land on his feet. Oh, rolls him up. No.
Think of the 8 competitors that were chosen to be part of the Super X Cup, the best of the best in the world. And it's come down to these.
Oh, go for a power bomb. That was like a face first power bomb.
And we will cover award the trophy immediately following this matchup. Yet to come tonight, Matt Seidel goes one-on-one with Lashley.
As these two begin their careers, look to become champions, we want to wish a speedy recovery, of course, and our best wishes, thoughts, and prayers are with the Nature Boy himself, Ric Flair. Our thoughts, and we've been continuing to think about Rick as we've been down here live tonight.
Absolutely, no question about it. What a kick by Ishimori. And certainly this matchup, you can bet the winner of this one deserves an X Division title shot. No matter what happens later tonight with Trevor Lee.
Oh, nice cutter right there.
There's a cutter there by Xavier. He's trying to do what he can and create some separation between himself and Ishimori in this matchup. That's where Xavier is so dangerous. That's where he has the speed advantage.
Oh, uppercut into the corner.
Here comes the speed once again. Check this out.
And again. Oh, super kick to the ribs. No. Oh, did he get him? No.
Very different interests and motives for winning this Super X Cup. Desmond Xavier told me, he said, certainly I'll be in line for an X Division Championship title match. Ishimori wants the prestige of bringing this cup back to Japan. The media, the attention he will get. And certainly as we see both men competing, they're going to give it their all. A lot of fatigue sitting in, but they're going to keep going because that's how the conditioning sets in. That's what they're training night and day for.
A lot of strikes being thrown in this match.
Oh, no. Snap there into a drop kick to the back. That was cool.
This is where Xavier is so
Going for that shooting star press. Oh, he missed. Nice drop kick to the chest by Ishimori.
What else does Desmond Xavier have in mind for this match? What else can this man do?
Oh, nice kick right up off the heel. Oh, nice. Nice like springboard double stomp. Oh, and Xavier kicks out.
Springboarding off the bottom rope, getting that elevation and landing directly on the chest of Desmond Xavier. Watch out for the knees.
Oh, double knee to the chest.
We have gotten to see Ishimori compete.
We should have put him away right there.
After the knees, he likes to follow it up with this. From the top rope, Ishimori balancing.
Gotta get his footing.
Oh, 450. Oh no, he kicked out. I don't think anyone's ever kicked out of that move.
Ishimori finished off with an incredible 450.
Almost everyone in the Super X Cup tournament, and Desmond Xavier popped free at 2.
Oh, went to go right off the back. Oh, and that was like a backflip into a kick into Goey. Wait, what? That's it? All that tournament, and he just wins with a backflip kick. He doesn't even win with his finisher. That was kind of stupid. I don't know if that match. I feel like that match might have been cut for time because they had to do the, Jim Cornette segment with Alberto El Patron and stuff. But I thought that was kind of a weak finish. So this match probably is going to get. I didn't hate the match. I thought it was a thumbs in the middle. But after all that weeks, you go to the tournament and the finals kind of just had a finish like that. It was kind of weak.
This, folks, is what it's all about.
He is your winner of the 2017 Super X Cup, ladies and gentlemen, Desmond Xavier.
What a moment.
Desmond, congratulations, the biggest win of your career.
This is a moment that I will never forget. Know that I, Desmond Xavier, come for that exhibition championship.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he is your 2017 Super X Cup winner, Desmond Xavier. Hey, you happy? Yeah, you're happy now? You finally get what you want? He doesn't want me here in the first place. This is all your fault. I'm the only one that doesn't want to work with you. Get off me! You've not seen the last 2 years.
Yes, I have. You will never step foot in this place again. You will come to wrestle with Bruce. You will never step foot in here again.
That was intense. That was a really waste of time, though.
Bruce Pritchard is leaving the impact zone. Ladders are being set up.
Ooh, now it's time for the ladder match for the X Division Championship.
In the balance. It's Sanjay Dutt versus Trevor Lee live.
American wrestling. They made macaroni and cheese. They made American women. Sorry, my friend. I always knew this day might come. But you, my friend, you're going to buck up. Whenever people leave this company, they've always got something to say. But you're not going to hide behind a keyboard. You're not going to talk to the poop sheets. You're not going to be, as the boys call it, a mark and talk about it on Twitter or Instagram. You, my friend, are going to do it live. Next week, in front of that crowd, you're going to say goodbye. Adios. Bon voyage. Cheerio, my friend.
Damn, that was a waste. That was an awful segment.
Oh, I can't wait for him to be gone. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the next continues.
All right, next we have the ladder match for the X Division Championship. I'm going to say Sanjay Dutt's going to retain the championship. Trevor Lee's really got the advantage on him throughout the whole feud, and it really would make sense for him to win. Plus, he's won the title probably not that long ago, and I think he's going to have a nice long title game.
As for the last several weeks, this man has claimed to be the rightful X Division champion, even going so far as to steal the championship title. Tonight it hangs in the balance above the ring in a ladder match here at Destination X.
His opponent from Mumbai, India, the Global Force Wrestling X Division champion, Sanjay Dutt.
You talk about an X Division pioneer, you talk about an X Division.
It's kind of crazy to think that Sanjay Dutt's only a one-time X Division champion after so many years of being in Impact Wrestling. But again, I know he has that thing where he tends to, leave and come back every so often. So I guess it would make sense that he's not, a multiple-time X Division champion.
Defense after defense. It was a simple act by Trevor Lee, and I don't mean that to say it was a simple act. Just the very fact he stole that championship set Sanjay Dutt on a track to regain this possession. And tonight he's going to get through Trevor Lee in this ladder match.
Obviously, I think Sanjay Dutt wants to get his hands right on Trevor Lee.
That's insane. Trevor Lee went out and took something that he wanted. He wanted the X Division championship, so he took it.
Oh.
Well, as we hit the opening moments of this match, want to remind everybody, no referee in the ring. The only
Yeah, no need for a referee. Right now, Sanjay Dutt's just dominating Trevor Lee. Trevor Lee, a former two-time X Division champion, defeated Tigre Uno to win his first one, and then I think he beat DJZ in like a multi-man ladder match to win a second one.
Sanjay, his possession, who had possession of the X Division championship. Now you got to go up there and get it and earn it if you're Trevor Lee. And Sanjay, you got to try to retain.
They're on the outside of the ring right now. This is where things get real dangerous. Sanjay Dutt, Trevor Lee.
Oh, and a god whale.
Around the ringside area. But certainly what a night it was when we were in Mumbai, India, bringing you the first ever broadcast for.
Oh my gosh, he just spat right in his face. Oh, and just hit him right off the head with a bottle of soda.
Where Sanjay Dutt became the X Division champion for the first time in his storied career.
Yeah, it only took 20 years and all of us going halfway around the world for Sanjay to become X Division champion.
Well, you got to get over to ShopImpact.com. Collector's Corner. These are one-of-a-kinds, folks. They're all there right now at Shop Impact. Signed table pieces. I mean, the array, the variety of things for you collectors out there, second to none right now. Go over to ShopImpact.com. The extremely limited Slammiversary 2017 framed autograph turnbuckle. It's incredible.
There's no more goat shirts, by the way.
Oh, nice head scissors by Dutt.
To the outside of the ring goes Trevor Lee, and this is a situation now where he's looking to get more ladders in the ring, and I think the philosophy behind that is you can use it as a weapon and also use it to win the match.
Yeah, you got to get one ladder in the ring first, and that's what Trevor was looking to do, be the aggressor here against Sanjay and secure the championship. Like JB mentioned, no disqualifications, no countouts in a match like this. Only one way to win.
Oh, he lifted up the ladder. Oh my! He just hit the ladder right into his hands. Oh, he drop kicked the ladder right into him anyways.
Right into the face of Trevor Lee.
See what Sanjay does now, that ladder teetering. I thought he might try to grab it. Secure the title.
Oh, moonsault right outside the ring.
Sanjay Dutt. Wow, great move.
Sanjay.
We'll obviously be seeing some really good ladder matches in G.F.W. I remember the Fatal 4-Way ladder match with that they did at Hard Justice 2012. It was kick right from the apron. Yeah, obviously, I remember the ladder match they did with Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels, and AJ Styles, which was won by AJ Styles. Obviously, other TNA great ladder matches. One I specifically. Oh, wait a minute! Almost up the championship right there. One I specifically remember was Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries at TNA. I forget the name of the show. Oh, he just dropped him right on that ladder.
Is this match his to win? More of this ladder match here at Destination X. We are back live here on Pop.
Right, Destination X is back, and Trevor Lee just ran the ladder right into Sanjay Dutt's gut. I mean, another ladder match I remember is the ladder match they did for the X Division Championship between Manic. I don't remember who was in the match. Sonata, both members of the American Wolves, which were Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. And then I don't remember who else was in the match, but that I remember that ladder match. Obviously, the triple team, even though it wasn't necessarily a ladder match, but Full Metal Mayhem match between the Hardy Boys, Team 3D, and the American Wolves.
That's really the psychology you have to really wear down your opponent to get the time.
Oh, and a nice double stomp by Trevor Lee.
That takes so much athleticism to just jump straight up. You can hear Trevor.
And then another Full Metal Mayhem ladder match type I remember was Jeff Hardy versus Bully Ray for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship.
Force Wrestling Anthology Part 1, the best mix of planet. Best mix of talent on the planet from every organization around the world. You can check it out and don't miss the
He's getting a table.
September 15th. Check with your cabler's online provider for more information on how to purchase one night only G.F.W. Anthology.
Check out Trevor Lee right now. He's got a table in hand. Did you look at the eyes of Trevor Lee? He's going to look to put away and be the ultimate demise to Sanjay Dutt.
Well, Trevor Lee ran around for weeks on end, claiming to be the X Division champion. And he wants nothing more than the validity of actually the acknowledgement of being the recognized champion.
Go for German suplex. Going for a German suplex.
Dangerous situation.
Sanjay Dutt fighting out of it.
Sanjay's going to try to sit low. That's what he was doing moments ago.
Oh my gosh. Oh, DDT right out of the corner. Right off the table. I thought Trevor Lee was going through the table right there.
That news broken out earlier tonight by Jim Cornette, new world champion, crowned next week in a 20-man gauntlet. Low key, it's number 20. He's going to have the advantage going in after not getting a world heavyweight championship title shot. The championship vacant, and now next week we will determine a winner right here on Impact.
That gauntlet for the gold to determine the new global champion. I can't wait for next week. Who's going to be X Division champion?
Table set up in the ring, and Trevor Lee having the presence of mind to stop Sanjay Dutt from coming up the top.
Trevor Lee, the Carolina caveman, the technical savage.
Oh, he just went right over the table. Oh my gosh, he just knocked him out with a wicked forearm right there.
Looks like
Trevor Lee.
Chase continues from G.F.W. live.
Oh, and a
At
step.
the baseball stadium.
These two ran around an entire baseball stadium. In pursuit of the X Division championship, Trevor Lee certainly has made this quest to be recognized, but in his own mind, he's already the champion.
He took the championship. Nobody took it from him.
which is one of the logicals in the storyline that every time Sanjay Dutt went to get back his championship, Bruce Pritchard kept stopping. I know Bruce Pritchard was supposed to be a heel, but it still didn't make any sense.
Establish a ladder in the center of the ring. The only way he can be victorious in this matchup.
Two ladders, we got a table, we got an X Division championship. What a night it's been thus far. With the exception of Jim Cornette returning, Destination X has been incredible.
How about Karen Terrell returning earlier? The arch nemesis of Gail Kim. It would have been a shock after shock night here at Destination X. I have a feeling we're far from over.
Fight free here. I'm not sure what Trevor Lee had said.
Oh, drop toe by Dutt into the ladder.
Look at this. There's a ladder.
Oh, what's he gonna do to him now?
Across the second rope, and Sanjay Dutt's going to the top.
This is not going to end well.
Going right to the top rope.
What is he planned for Trevor Lee?
Oh, I missed it.
For Trevor Lee.
Oh, a splash right onto the ladder.
On the steel ladder. Sanjay Dutt just
Now you just gotta grab. All you have to do is grab the championship, Sanjay Dutt. You're gonna get it here. I don't think so because. What the hell? What's Caleb Conley doing?
To have formed an alliance and understanding. Welcome North Carolina, boys.
No disqualifications. It's all legal.
And now it's. Wait a minute. There's something in the ring. What?
Who's this?
No way. That is Petey Williams.
Oh, Petey Williams. Oh my gosh, what a Canadian destroyer.
Of the Canadian Destroyer.
Obviously, that's going to be like one of the best finishes in the wrestling business is the Canadian Destroyer right there.
In an attempt to even the score with his longtime fellow pioneer, the X Division, Sanjay Dutt. Are you kidding me?
I've always loved the Canadian Destroyer anyways, too.
On behalf of Trevor, then Petey Williams returns. He takes out Caleb.
Oh, and Trevor Lee just hit him right off the head with the ladder.
Wow. And Trevor Lee now has an opportunity. After throwing that ladder at Sanjay
Trevor Lee may get the championship right here.
Climbing to the top, just
No. Sanjay Dutt. Oh, springboards right on the ladder. He's going to get the championship here. Oh. And Sanjay Dutt retains the championship. I do gotta admit, that was a pretty good ladder match. Wasn't probably one of my favorite weight match, but definitely really good. I'll give it 3.5 stars. This getting up, I thought it was, yeah, a really good ladder match.
Williams hasn't been in the ring in 3 years. We haven't seen him here in a long time. But a man who certainly helped pioneer that
You know, obviously we like to see a Canadian Destroyer too, so I was okay with this. It really was kind of random that Caleb Conley came out because I don't really recall him and Trevor Lee having an alliance. I think we just kind of threw that in there randomly, but I still thought it was good. And then coming up next, we have Shad versus Shot, Matt Seidel versus Lashley. You know, it's kind of strange now. No, actually, that's not next. It's coming up tonight. But coming up next, OVE is going to make their debut in G.F.W, which I remember kind of they were doing vignettes for them.
We are far from finished tonight, certainly after what we have seen already. A series of shocking events, and I think the headline coming out tonight is Jim Cornette has returned. He has vacated the championship, and next week it's going to be decided right here in the 20-man gauntlet.
Yeah, where do they dig up Jim Cornette from? I like the decision. You don't just give someone the championship. You're going to make them earn it next week. We know that Loki will come in at number 20. It all goes down next week. We're going to crown a new G.F.W. Global Champion.
Coming up in just moments, we are going to see the national television debut of OVE. But right tonight. Lashley versus Matt Sydal. Let's take it backstage to Mackenzie Mitchell.
Mackenzie Mitchell backstage at Destination X, and joining me now is Bobby Lashley, who will face Matt Sydal later tonight in the main event.
You know, Mackenzie, do you actually watch the show, or do you just stand back here backstage and be pretty? Is that what you do?
I watched the show.
You watch the show. So since you watch the show, you know who I am and you know what I'm capable of doing. I am not an X Division guy. I'm going out there to destroy this little kid that's been running his mouth and bumping his gums and keeping me away from what's rightfully mine. I'm coming to get the title. So if you ask me the question, do I know your name? I do know your name. Loser.
Some harsh words from
Good promo
Lashley.
gets enough.
Jason Cade, Zachary Wentz in the ring, set for action here at Destination X.
What is it? I didn't hear that.
Zachary Wentz in the ring. Words from Lashley, Jason Cade, Zachary Wentz.
Oh, we have Jason Cade and Zachary Wentz in the win versus OBE. I'm assuming OBE is going to win this matchup because I think this is just meant to be an enhancement match to kind of put OBE over.
Ladies and gentlemen from Dayton, Ohio, Dave and Jane Chris, the team of Ohio versus everything.
Not many brother tag teams are open about declaring themselves as yin and yang.
So we know that OBE stands for Ohio versus everything. I kind of figured it meant something versus everything, so. But they look, they actually have like a pretty good impression. I kind of can't wait to see how they work together as a team. This is my first match I've seen of them.
To the ECW arena, and it was a matter of time before they had that match will stage tonight. After 15 years of competing together, Jake and Dave West, Ohio versus everything, set to debut here tonight at Destination X. And these two certainly do not lack any confidence whatsoever of their abilities. We are about to see Jake and Dave Christ. OVE.
Oh my gosh.
There's a knee right out of the gate. That's surprising.
This is Zachary Wentz in there right now. That's Jake Chris.
So we have Zachary Wentz and Jake Chris starting off the matchup. I'm kind of surprised that the enhancement team got this much offense in.
That's a great way to start, certainly.
That was kind of weird. Like it was an intense knee.
Start a match off like that. Look at this.
What's this?
Sometimes the best thing to do is to get hit. And Jake Chris got hit hard. Can OVE recover?
Certainly after what we've seen.
Oh.
Wow, there's a kick that delivers. That's Jake Chris. Makes the tag to Dave. Ohio
What's this?
versus everything. From the top.
Oh, nice assisted senton like the back. Oh, nice double boot to the face.
Feeling firsthand OVE and what these two young men bring to the table.
After what we've seen, certainly a reputation that really double team combinations are their specialty.
Going for a super kick. Oh, and a nice pump knee to the face.
Dave Chris, I think everyone is just taking it all in
What the?
right now.
Code breaker coming into the ring.
OVE here, look at this.
Oh, back flipped into a code breaker.
Jason Cade and Zachary Wentz.
Nice boot to the face.
And a big right. Jake Christ in the ring now.
Oh, caught him in a super kick.
These are solid kicks, folks. These are educated feet.
Cade's in trouble. Here comes OVE.
Oh,
And a kick to the bottom and a kick to the top. Kicks down.
nice high and low.
Just a matter of time.
Double
And that's
kick.
it. Ohio versus everything.
That was actually a solid match. I'll give it 2 stars. It was really an enhancement match. I do think the enhancement tag team though got a little bit too much offense in, but still I'll give it an out. I do kind of want. I mean, I think they probably wanted to put him out there in front of the live crowd and kind of give us a live experience of them. And yeah, overall, I like that. That was good. I think this tag team definitely has some potential in G.F.W.
Looking to make an impact on the tag team division. They are Ohio versus everything here at Destination X.
The contract in is Jim Cornette. We're talking. We need to talk to Jimmy Cornette.
Hey, does this look like a shoe in my hand? I'm doing business. Hold on 1 second. Look, you got the FedEx, right? You'll be here next week on TV. Good. Perfect. See you then. They're going to die. What do you want?
Hey, we want to be in this gauntlet match.
I am the only recognizable champion. I need to be in that match. I'm the only man that should
Wait. Well, you got good news coming. Keep it. Yes, you're both in the gauntlet. You're two of the top 20 athletes on the Global Force roster. You're in the gauntlet match. Good. See you on
Hold on. Let me talk to you. The more things change around here, the more they stay the same. These dummies will tell you, right? Yeah. Nope. Anyway, this company's busy chasing tail around like the dumbest dog on the block. And meanwhile, here they go, man, reaching into the past. James E. Cornette, here he is, old out-of-touch man. Let me introduce myself. My name is Eli Drake, the namer of dummies, the perpetual motion machine of badassery, and the unrecognized #1 man in this business. Unrecognized. Why? Because I've never been given the opportunity to shine like the diamond that I am. But I'll tell you this, you've got the opportunity now to either reach back into the past or you can move into the future on the gravy train that is Eli Drake.
So you want to be in the gauntlet?
Yeah. It's going to be Jason.
Not hard. Chris, you're in the gauntlet. And Mr. Drake, unrecognized #1, you're in the gauntlet. As a matter of fact, you're #1 in the gauntlet. Because that way you can show everybody how great you are. And by the way, you think you're unrecognized now? After 19 other guys get in that gauntlet match, they need dental records to recognize you.
That was a good deck.
That's not what I meant by #1.
See my way out there, he knows.
It's kind of.
Bobby left up.
That's the only thing that's going to happen.
Shot for shot. It sounds like anything can happen. It sounds like the way things have been are not the way things are anymore. And there's one sure bet in life. There's only one person you can count on. Bet on yourself.
It is coming up next.
So coming up next, we have Shots versus Shots. Lashley's unified GFW Championship title shot versus Matt Seidel's X Division Championship title shot. This match kind of seems very odd now, though, since we don't even have a global world heavyweight champion now. So this match seems kind of odd and out there.
Introducing first from Denver, Colorado, walking Armageddon, Bobby Lashley. Lashley heads to the ring, a man who, well, earlier tonight, for a brief moment, was declared world
champion. I mean, watching this kind of makes me realize how much the WWE right now is really dropping the ball with, Bobby Lashley. Lashley's a former champion in both WWE and in TNA. In WWE, he won his first championship, defeated G.W. on an episode of SmackDown in 2006 for the United States Championship. And then later on in the year at ACW, December to December 2006, he defeated Big Show, Rob Van Dam, Hardcore Holly Test, and CM Punk to win the ECW Championship. And then at One Night Stand 2007, he defeated Vince McMahon to win the ECW Championship, his second championship. And then, obviously, when he came to TNA, well, the first time he didn't win any titles, but the second time he defeated Robert Bob, Bobby Roode, Totally Awesome, Mark Roode, to win his first TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and then he defeated Bob Roode, and that was actually no, he didn't defeat Bob Roode. He defeated Eric Young to win his first TNA World Heavyweight Championship on an episode of Impact Wrestling 2014, and then on the premiere episode of Destination America, he defeated Bob Roode to win his second TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and then he defeated Drew Galloway at Slammiversary 2016 to win his third TNA World Heavyweight Championship. And then on an episode of Impact Wrestling in 2017, and I think in January, he defeated Eddie Edwards to win his fourth TNA World Heavyweight Championship, or, obviously Global Championship, but they just called them the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. But yeah, let's see how this match ends up being. I don't think it's going to be like one of the best matches that 2017 put on, but I definitely think it could be a really good match. This match kind of seems kind of pointless. I didn't give my prediction because of the controversy that ended up going down with the Global World Championship, and obviously because of the storyline we're trying to tell with Matt Sydal, with Lashley questioning whether or not he wants to continue wrestling. I'm going to say that Matt Sydal is going to get the win here. But it'll be kind of like a fluke win. It won't be like a definitive win. I'll see you later. Watching Lashley right here makes me realize right now in WWE he needs to be a heel, because the way he acts here is just, great. Oh, nice insecurity to the head by Matt Sydal. Obviously Matt Sydal has been a champion once in wrestling, and WWE. He won the WWE Tag Team Championships. Oh, nice high cross body led by Lashley. He won the WWE Tag Team Champions with Kofi Kingston forming the team Airborne by defeating David Otunga and Michael McGillicuddy. Powerbomb. Ooh, kind of a sloppy Hurricanrana right there, but whatever. Oh, nice spinning high kick by Sydal.
The hamstrings of Lashley.
Kind of a sloppy pop-up powerbomb, but rolls him up. This match has been kind of sloppy so far. It seems like these guys going to have an awkward dynamic with each other. Oh, and a stand-up moonsault, and obviously Lashley kicks out at 1, which makes sense.
Those American top team guys are right there. This matchup, if it will continue when we return on Destination X.
Right, Destination X is back, and right now Lashley just bounced Matt Sydal's head right off the apron, and he's still in control of this matchup. Doesn't even look like he's breaking a sweat. I would say Lashley would win this match. Had Alberto El Patron not gotten himself suspended, maybe Lashley would have won this matchup and probably would have faced Alberto El Patron probably at a later episode of Impact Wrestling for the Unified World Championship.
Certainly, there's no question about it. Lashley trains with the best of the best. Look at Grayson Tebow, for instance, tied with the 4th most wins in UFC history, right there, advising Lashley. And he surrounded himself with this team of champion MMA fighters. Is certainly what we have seen from Lashley. Has been a real focus on his pro wrestling career.
Oh, nice hip attack by Lashley.
A lot of success. And attain that World Heavyweight Championship on more than one occasion.
But every time Lashley's inside a 6-sided
Plus 2, Matt Sydal. The question is who really would get the next title shot, though? Would it be Matt Sydal or Desmond Xavier? Because Desmond Xavier, obviously, earlier on the show, defeated Taiji Ishimori to win the Super X Cup. So you got to imagine he's in conversation for a X Division Championship match. Nice elbow by Lashley.
He knows Lashley loves professional wrestling as much as MMA, if not more.
He probably spends a lot of his time dealing with Kobe Covington. Kobe loves to trash talk. I trash talk too if I were the number 8 ranked welterweight in all of UFC. 13-1, 2-time Pac-10 wrestling champion at Oregon State. I'm a Ducks fan myself.
Lashley now with the boot down on Seidel. Shows the referee his boot hitting in the face of Brian Hebner in there in a 6-sided ring. Third main event here at Destination X. And you can bet the winner of this.
Nice.
It's a shot of
I do kind of like how Lashley's methodically picking apart Matt Seidel.
Next week we will crown a brand new world heavyweight champion in a 20-man gauntlet. We do know Low-Key going in, very favorable position at number 20. However, on the flip side of things, Eli Drake. Here's a cover by
Another cover. Well, obviously Matt Seidel kicked out.
McCorn in his first night in, already making a lot of waves. And putting Eli Drake in at the number 1 spot. The toughest spot. You got to go through other 19 individuals if you want to win that matchup, whereas Low-Key comes in at number 20 next week.
And you know what's different about what we do here at G.F.W. in a gauntlet match, when it gets down to the final 2, it becomes a one-on-one match. You have to win by pinfall or submission. So if Eli Drake does somehow outlast 18 others, then he's got to go one-on-one with somebody in order to leave as the new G.F.W. Global Champion.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Going
Big
for the
vertical suplex. This is Lashley's specialty.
obviously he's done this move now. I think this is pretty much his finisher in WWE now.
And that's also a mind game. Making Matt
Gave Sami
Seidel
Zayn vertigo right there.
that's just getting dropped on your back.
Big Lashley's done.
Lashley
Here comes a spear.
is on
And he did this without even breaking a sweat. And of course, Matt Seidel moved out of the way. Nice insecurity by Seidel.
It's a spin kick.
Oh, into a DDT. He's kicking out. Come on, he's not going to get him off a Hurricanrana DDT. Who's going to get somebody off a Hurricanrana DDT? Come on.
As Seidel yet to attain championship goal here, and G.F.W. certainly would like to get a shot at either Sanjay Dutt or whoever our world heavyweight champion is come next week.
This is getting a little uncomfortable for Lashley. He may not have taken Matt Seidel as seriously as perhaps he should have, but Lashley can put this match away at any given time. At any moment, Lashley can win this match.
Well, at any given moment, Matt Seidel gets
Oh my gosh. Superplex, here comes.
Look at this.
Oh no. Seidel fought out of it.
Mid-move, it was near doomsday for Seidel. And that high vertical suplex, and now Lashley has Seidel perched on the second rope. Seidel fighting on.
Oh, double knees off the top turnbuckle.
Wow, what a matchup, these two. Back and forth. Obviously, Lashley with his size advantage, but Seidel has been able to counter with high risk offense that has paid off.
Oh, kick to the ribs. Oh, right off the back of the head. Looks like a body kick right in the back of the head. And a nice spine buster by Lashley.
That's the explosive offense of Lashley. Here's a cover. Put him away. And Lashley can't believe it. You may be right. Lashley may have underestimated Matt Seidel.
Lashley was looking at referee Brian Hyper saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure I need to just beat this man?" Lashley's got to be 1 or 2 moves away from putting Seidel away.
Look at that strength by Lashley. Oh, wait a minute. Seidel able to turn it back, and now Lashley back in control.
For one and power slam connects. This is it right here. No, it's not. That's been pretty decent, actually. I don't think it's been like, you know, the best match of 2017 so far, like I said it would be, but it's been
A
decent.
little bit of space there, and Matt Sydal took advantage. He was able to kick out, sort of wiggled free there.
Oh, nice. That was like a dominator right there. Almost like a face first power bomb. Nope.
Maybe showing more heart than brains at this point because it's been an onslaught of offense.
Lashley
Looking him again.
Lashley needs to put Matt Sydal away. Stop letting him hang around.
What now?
He's grabbing a chair. They'll get disqualified if he uses that.
I'm risking disqualification. Lashley with a steel chair. This is Ryan Hebner. Referee says not tonight.
Oh, the chair right off his head.
The referee stopped Lashley from using that steel chair, and Sydal able to spin kick Lashley.
The referee put his hands on Lashley, though. He shouldn't have done that.
And Sydal has climbed to the top rope. Sydal has Lashley. Matt Sydal.
No, he got his knees up. I didn't think he was going to get his knees up, actually.
The presence of mind, put the knees up.
It's about midnight for Cinderella.
Lashley now in the corner. Here he comes, full steam ahead. Does not connect.
If you had to say, I thought that was a pretty good match. I'll probably give it 3 1/4. It's definitely not the best match of 2017, though.
American top team and disgust as Matt Sydal able to somehow turn the tables and able to roll up Lashley for a surprise. I'm going to say it.
I mean, I'm not really surprised. I think because of the controversy that took place with the unified, G.F.W. World Championship, it maybe made him book this finish. I mean, maybe they were going to do this anyways, though, because they were trying to build into the story where Lashley wasn't trying to do both wrestling and MMA, so this kind of shows like maybe you got to pick one over the other. What the?
That's referee. This is no. This American top team has jumped the rail. Lashley get in there to break it up, and he's hockey. No.
What was that?
Absolutely not. They need to be thrown out of here. And calm down. Legal man. I mean, I heard these guys, had tempers.
That was terrible. I'm going to give that a down. That was just awful and out of nowhere.
Global Force Wrestling. What does that mean to me? It means a whole roster full of new matches, new challenges, new highlights. There was a Thursday night delay as AAA triple champion, as each underground champion. Name one other person that's had the power to do what I'm doing right now. And trust me when I tell you this is just the beginning.
Ooh, we're going to see the debut of Johnny Impact next week. Well, in the next episode, anyways. Well, that's exciting. Faz Vlug says hi. Overall, that was actually a good episode of Destination X. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but I thought it was good. I'll give it a C, which is good. And yeah, I really don't have anything left to say. That's pretty much it, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm about to go do a review of the show right afterwards, so make sure you check that out. Please make sure you guys like, comment, and share this video for more content. And make sure you guys subscribe to this channel for more content and click on the bell so that way every time I upload a video, you guys will get the notifications for it. Make sure you guys do the same thing for my CM brothers and Owen the Talking 80 YouTube channels. And that's pretty much it, guys. Talk to you later.